I go back to that 11 years old girl who was locked up in the room, who was taken to hotels, who was like, her body, it's like I didn't own my own, I didn't have a say in my own body. It's not once, it's not twice. The girl, even when you're in your period, you gotta be ready. Not once, not twice, but day and night, you gotta be ready. You gotta know the signs, you know. So for me, I told them, to you guys, it may sound like something that happened a long time ago, because right now I'm 23 years old, but it happened when I was 11 years old, 12, 13. And to them, some of them will tell you it happened long time ago. Just move on. You have a husband and you have children. Focus on that. I am grateful for my husband and for my kids. But something that you should always know, to somebody who has been raped, even if you're married, even if you are a billionaire, even if, I'm so grateful, Louis, the way you address the matter. That thing will always hurt you. Even the more even I see my son, I'm like, oh my God. And sometimes I even say, maybe God, you have a reason why you haven't given me a baby girl. Because sometimes when I see a girl who is 11, I always run back to that little girl who was just 11. 11. That's the only thing that for me comes back. But to my sisters, it was always something like, oh my God, we are tired of you complaining. Oh my God. It's like, kale baloza wachisaba, wachi enjoying like you enjoyed. No, never said something to someone like that. It's not fair. It's not fair. It is not fair. No matter how people, they may say that, okay, I mean, so what? I used to put on jeans. I'm 11. What type of clothes am I supposed to put on when I'm 11? Yeah. And yes, in Uganda, I used to hate putting on skirts and tight dresses because I used to have a big bum. And I used just to hate the fact that when you walk towards border, they'll be like, oh my God, how come a little girl like you have a big bum? And I'm just like, oh my God. So it used to make me look, my bums used to make me look older than my age. And that is something that used to pain me. So that's why I just used to love jeans, because sometimes when you put on jeans, there is the way it's just covered, like the big bums, So that was it. But to my sisters, when I opened up to them, I could tell them, I don't have a problem of you. The reason why I used to say, even in the beginning, I used to tell them, I used to swallow, to accept the fact that, okay, deep down, I'm not okay with them. But no matter how much I've complained and tell them I'm not okay with them, it still doesn't change the fact that some of them want to speak to him. Some of them sees him as a father figure, somebody who give them advice, somebody who has been there for them, somebody who means something to them. And yes, they are really, I'm sorry, but yeah, it shows hypocrisy. And that's why for me, when you see in my text, I even say my blood sister. I didn't say my stepsisters. And what even pained the most, that the fact that they had to come here to the entire world and lie. And for me, it was not about shaming my family. And that's the thing that used to pain me the most, because every time I speak about this, I've never gotten therapy. My mother's never sat down and even tried to hear where I come from. Even when she found out that this man used me at 11 years old, I'm the one that was prayed for. I'm the one that went on my knees and asked my mother for forgiveness. I'm the one who asked for forgiveness, because they told me they saw me burning in hell. And I'm the girl who took my mother's husband. So I asked for an apology. And for a long time, I believed that I will always have to make it up to my mother. I would always have, for me, even if my mother said do this, I would do it, because they made me believe I'm the one who did wrong. So I completely signed up for that. And that is why even when our mother took a decision to bring back this man in Sweden, I really didn't think that I have even a say in a matter, because first of all, I'm the one who have like done my mother wrong. Nze yasobeza mama wange. Because I asked for forgiveness and my mother said, I've forgiven you, and I'll pray for you. And my sister, I'm not here. I don't want you guys to go and attack them, but my sister, it hurts to see that she's the big sister in the family. She is the firstborn in the family. She is the firstborn in the family. But the way they came and brought up lies to show you guys that I was the problem. Merve was disrespectful to our mother. Merve was this. I had all that. My big sister, she at least could have understood where I was coming from, because she shared her story and she explained to you guys how this man wanted to to grape her when she was like 14. But because when my mother found out, like I told you, I'm not even the one that told my mother that they graped me. No. My mother told me she got a vision when I'm also among all those girls that this man has used. We are burning in hell. So she saw my picture too. I'm in hell with those other girls that this man, this Davidis, has used. Yeah. This man, David's Jean Cloud, has used. That she saw my picture, I'm burning in hell. Guys, by that time now I'm just still 13. I'm still 13 years old. And I was scared because we grew up in a family whereby religion played a big role. Like everything in our family, we can't even think for ourselves. It's all about prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. Yeah, that's how our family was. So my mother coming to me telling me she saw a vision when I'm burning in hell among other girls who this Davidis Jean Cloud has used, I immediately went down on my knees and I asked for forgiveness. And again, if now that I'm grown up, I believe my mother, I did not even get a hug from my mother. Not even to hear my side of the story. No. But the only thing I remember, the only question my mother asked me, let me hope you never slept with him on my how do you guys call it, on my metonato bed. And I was like, it only happened, that's when the first time this man graped me. And another thing my mother asked me, did you suck his whatever? I was like, no, I did not do that. Okay, then you can go. And I remember asking my mother, please, don't tell Wani and Jeremiah and the Jemimahs. They are going to hate me. My mother told me, don't worry. I will find a way. But when I was like, okay, when you tell them, just tell them to not hate me. Because in this world, I used just to fear the fact of my siblings hating me when they find out of whatever happened to me. But Wani shocked me. We were going to pray because we used to have a fellowship here in Sweden. When we went for prayers Wednesday, I'm walking with Wani. Remind you, Wani has been manipulated by this man. And So my mother went behind my back. I don't say it behind my back, but it's still fine. But still, I had asked her to tell Wani and Jeremiah when I'm there. My mother still went and told Wani and Jeremiah of what happened. But Wani, and this is why I'm like, it pains me because my sister, she's so hypocrite. Why am I saying she's hypocrite? Because there is no day in my life I've ever pointed fingers or remind Wani that, Wani, have you ever thought of maybe if you came out when we are in Uganda that this man is doing this to you? Maybe I would have also got the courage and I speak that it is already happening to me in the house. I have never ever once in my life blamed my sister. Never. But now I'm working with Wani. We are going to church. We are going to fellowship. It was a fellowship we used to attend to every Wednesday here in Sweden. You know, Wani told me, the first thing that Wani told me, now Mama's told Wani that I was raped by Jean Cloud, the stepfather we are talking about. Wani told me, Merve, how could you? Guys, I'm 13 years old. Wani told me, Merve, how could you do that to our mom? I was like, what you mean? Because I didn't know that Wani knew. I didn't know that my mother's told Wani. Wani told me, how could you do that to our mom? And I was like, what are you talking about? You slept with Jean-Claude. And I'm like, I did not. God, give me strength. I told Wani, I did not sleep with that man. Before you be mad, hear me out. I was like, let me explain. That man, Wani forced me. I never had a choice. Wani told me, no, Mary, you still could have said no. I was like, Wani, trust me. I tried to, but he told me, if I speak out, I'm going to, ngenda kufa. But still, Mary, that was not good of you. That is, I mean, me, I said, and Katichecha Numa, because one was like, but me, I said no. I know. And I told her, but when I said sorry to mom, I never meant that to happen. And one was like, it's fine, let us go. So we went to the fellowship, but I never got a hug from Wani. But Wani can tell you, for me, I remember when Wani first told me that, Mary, I have a secret to tell you. I remember that is, I know this may confuse you a little bit, but I just want you to just catch up with me. When Wani told me, I remember we were in Stockholm. We went to visit a friend. And I saw Wani crying in the room. And I was like, Wani, what's wrong? And Wani told me she's having period pain. Now we are in Sweden, guys. I know you guys are going to be a little bit lost, but I will make you understand. Don't be confused. And I was like, Wani, are you sure you're good? She's like, I mean, for me, my periods are always like paining. And I was like, Wani, wait a minute. I saw this was beyond period. And I was like, okay, I was planning to go with the friend that we came to have fun with. We decided to not go. And I was like, hey, Sabra, because this girl is called Sabra. I was like, Sabra, let me first speak to my sister because she's really not okay. I entered in the room and I was like, Wani, please talk to me. I'm your sister. What is going on? Then one was like, there is something that I'm going to tell you, but don't tell mom, don't tell anybody. And I'm like, okay, Wani, you're scaring me. And Wani told me, this man, do you know that Jean-Claude tried to do this? I was like, what? And I'm like, wait, you mean the person we call stepdad? One was like, yeah, he tried to force me like he tried to force me to sleep with him because that he wanted his blood to run within my blood, but I said no. Guys, the only thing I felt was anger. But I felt pain because now Wani has told me, she said no. But for me, it had already happened. The only thing I remember is I told Wani, I promised I'm not going to tell anybody. But yes, I know I did break the promise. And I went and I called that man because by that time I had a phone. I called that man. I abused him. I called him names, whatever. I abused that man. And of course, after abusing him, he called my mother too and told my mother, so this is what you're training the kids to become disrespectful, da 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 da. So now my mother called me and she asked me, why did you disrespect your dad, da 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 da. And that's when Wani knew. I confronted the guy. And I remember Wani was even mad at me for abusing that man of what he did. But what Wani didn't know, the way I reacted is because for me it had already happened. Now again, when she found out that at 11 years old the child took her, I didn't get a hug from Wani. Not even like, oh my God, my sister. No. But I'll never forget the reason why I'm telling you, we need men like Jeremiah. Me and Jeremiah, we are close. We call each other twinny. We are not twins, but we are just close. Even in the family, Jeremiah is like my best friend. Is the one that if I need help, I go to Jeremiah. Because at some point, I just felt like he understood me even better than my sisters. Yeah. So Jeremiah has always had my back. So Jeremiah came to visit us home, and Jeremiah was like, Mary, can you escort me? We are going to throw trash. And I was like, man, I'm tired. But he insisted. I didn't know why he insisted me to follow him. So on our way, Jeremiah told me, don't be mad. The only thing Jeremiah told me, why didn't you tell me? Oh, when I heard that word, immediately I just started crying. And I was like, Jeremiah, what are you talking about? Jeremiah was like, Mommy told me what that. Jeremiah even called him, I'm sorry I'm a Christian, but this has to come out. Jeremiah told me, why didn't you tell me that that motherfucker did this to you? Why didn't you tell me? And I was like, brother, I was scared. He told me, Nienda kufa. He told me that if I ever open up my mouth, Nienda kufa. And that only just the thought of knowing that if I ever just speak out, I'm gonna die. I told him I couldn't say anything. But there is no day I regret of not coming to tell somebody. But every time, I was just scared that I'm gonna die. Jeremy was like, never hide it again from me. Like, oh, Jeremiah was like, oh my God, the day I see that man, and I remember Jeremiah taking me to eat ice cream, and he bought me pizza because, no, he's okay. It's my husband asking me for help. Thank you. So Jeremiah was like, it's okay, but I'm sorry. Sorry that this happened to you, sis. But now Jeremiah's anger was just like, he even apologized that I'm sorry I was not there to protect you. I was like, no. You remember they also used to beat you for the things you never did? Jeremiah was like, yeah, but yours is different. Yours is different. So that's when I felt like me and Jeremiah, we could, collaborate. Guys, now my mother has finally, find out what happened to me. Guys, now at least I'm happy. I don't need to carry that weight on my shoulder, like on my heart that are now, okay, because the only fear that used to be like, my sisters are going to hate me. I'm going to be alone, this and this and this and this. But they still kept on talking to me. And it is good. Jemimah also mentioned something that I told them when we were going in the bus. Yes, I did tell them, but they never really understood. And deep down, I was like, oh, I have healed. I have moved on. I really convinced myself after my family knowing this thing is never going to come back. I'm okay. Like things are going to be okay. And remind you, mommy has ensured us that this man is not going to come to Sweden. And first of all, I was so happy because I'm like, he's not going to come to Sweden. At least I'm not going to ever see this guy in my life. And we were happy, and mommy has told us this man is not gonna come. And because actually this man used always to say, for me, I don't love like a European country. Sagala bulaya, eyo bulaya bajja bakozesa ng'embizzi. They're gonna use you guys like pigs. For me, why should I go to Europe or to those type of a country when I have a good life in Uganda? And that's why in this refugee stuff, he never liked the refugee stuff. He used to be like, if I'm to go abroad, I'm going to go with my own money, but I'm not going to go with this refugee stuff. And that's why when we came to Sweden, this man, Jean Cloud, didn't come with us. Yeah. So I was so happy. I'm like, yes, this man is not going to come. But guys, I think it was Saturday, because Saturday, that's when we used to do general cleanness. Saturday, that is when we used to clean. I'm cleaning. I was the first person to notice my mother's finger. My mother's ring is back on her finger, because when all this stuff came, mom had removed her finger. That's when we knew finally it is done. It is done between them. My mother's forgiven me. My sisters are talking to me. I mean, I have nothing to lose. So deep down, I was like, oh my God, I'm okay. I'm good, you know? But when I was mopping, I saw the ring on my mother's finger. And my heart, I just remember my heart beating so fast. And again, after that, my mom was like, guys, can you come? I wanna talk to you guys. All of you, all the kids come. We all gathered. And that's when our mother told us, I just feel like I know what this man has done. I know that this man has destroyed the church, because remind you, this man has destroyed the girls in the church. And I'm still even trying to convince more to come. But just pray for me. I'm still bringing more who will also testify. Beaz jisamu nembuto. But it's just that they still have hard time to come, because for them, they're like, we are in Uganda, because some of them really fear even my mom more than my dad, because Baba Gamba, your mother was wicked too. So some are scared to speak. Yeah. But I will try my best. By God's grace, they will come and also share their story. So mom told us, I know this man has done this, she has done this, she has done this. But guys, I don't want your sisters to grow up. Now she's talking about Zipporah, Rachel, my little sister, the kids that they have together with this man. I don't want your siblings to grow up hating me, that I was the reason why they never had a relationship with their father. Exactly. I don't know even why people are asking. I'm explaining. So just, I'm the one who decided to come up with the story, and I'm here to share my truth. I'm not scared of anybody. For me, I'm just standing on the truth, because I don't know. And this is the reason why men like this are still existing, because I'm sorry, people like my sisters are trying to justify the wrongs of these people, because this is not okay at any level. We are coming back to the story. So my mother told us, I don't want your sisters to blame me that I chose between abakulu n'abato. Mama n'atugamba, you guys have an experience of how it is to grow up without a dad. So Sagala, I don't want your sisters to grow up thinking that I chose you guys over them. That's why, for me, I'm just saying, let us just leave him to come for the sake of your little sisters. Yes, guys, please, guys, go in my bio and sign the petition, okay? Yeah, please. The link is in my bio. Yeah, you don't need to pay. It doesn't need to cost. Justice needs to be served. Justice needs to be served. You don't need to pay anything. So guys, so that's the story our mother told us to why he's bringing the guy back to Sweden. For me already, I'm now starting to think how the guy is gonna come back. The guy is gonna come back. The guy is gonna come back. But again, deep down, I'm the one who wronged my mother. So I just have to swallow my pride and I accept and support my mother, because I'm the one who did wrong, who wronged my mother. So yeah, I never really, so yeah, I was like, I mean, yeah, we forgive, yeah, but deep down, kampulira kati okufa kwe kusigadde. That's the only thing I could feel. But I remember Dorcas standing up and saying, for me, guys, my spirit is telling me we shouldn't bring this Jean-Claude back to Sweden, you know. And Mom was like, I mean, it's going to be fine. And even our mother, that's when she promised that she's not going to give birth with this man again. This man is only coming to have a relationship with his kids. That's the only reason he's bringing him to Sweden. You know, that's it. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So, guys, this is even before we start the process. And this is what I'm telling you. It hurts me that I don't know why my sisters, they just want to cover the truth. Guys, there was a lot of opportunities my mother had to not bring this man in Sweden. There were a lot of opportunities to not bring this man in Sweden. But my mother is the one who opened that door to bring this man in Sweden. Because by the time our mother told us he's bringing this man, the papers were not even yet to be filed. Nothing. And guys, to show you the love I have for my mother. But the fact that, and that's when I said, Wani, I'm not going to say you guys go and attack my sisters. No. The world, the Bible says, what you plant, you will reap it. I love the Luganda version. Chosiga, chokungula. Nze sagala muba attacking. I don't want you guys to attack them. No. They are parents now. One day, this God, naye ajja bayisaamu obulimba bwe bali mu kulimba. The fact that they had 10,000 something people here, but they are lying. Wani even having the audacity to say that me, Merve, I remind my little sisters that their father is a rapist. Yet me, Merve, I had to make an act. I had to play for my sisters to have their father back, because of course I was 13 and I'm like, I grew up, I didn't know my biological father. So of course I didn't want my siblings to experience that. So I even acted. They bring this man. Why? What do I mean but I acted? We had to play a show. They bring this man in Sweden. We had to play a show. So in the name, for those who know, my mother has a little problem with her leg. I know obuzibu bw'ekigere. Yeah, sometimes it is a little bit, one of her leg, like tatambula bulungi, you know? Yeah, tatambula bulungi. She has a problem. So now, in order for this plan to work, in order for this man to come in Sweden, even our mother came up with the story. We played, you know. But before this man came to Sweden, our mother had helped. Our mother had helped. Yali afunye n'omukozi omuzungu who was helping with the kids, everything and all that. So for me, really, there was no any reason like to be like, yeah, there was multiple ways to not bring this man here in Sweden. Wanga, the government did really help our mother with any help. She was receiving all the help she could get. But now that the plan was to bring the father of our sisters to Sweden, my mother had to fake that the Mukozi cannot really take good care of the black kids. The Mukozi is not doing the good job. And another thing, our little sisters, they are only used of our stepfather. Is the only one who can take care of them. Yeah. So now akatemba katandise. Yeah. Akatemba katandise. Now when these government people, they used to come to my place, my mother is gonna be like, oh my God, I can't move my legs. And yes, she's gonna cry. I mean, all this was a play because they have to see how mother is struggling. And then we have already told the Zipporahs, when they see these white people coming, they have to cry. So they have to disturb to show that it's too much for my mother. She can't handle the situation until they bring their dad. And yes, when these white people saw the situation my mother was in, the process started of bringing their stepdad. And the stepdad was able to come to Sweden. And when the guy came to Sweden, I remember I was from school. I'm crossing the road. I'm seeing that face. It took me time to cross the road. I was just like, God, ooh, he's here. I never believe. You know, even when I was acting up deep down again, I was praying the things to not work out, but I was not saying it loud. But deep down, I was like, I just pray things don't work out for this man to come. You know, that was just my prayers. But yeah, I mean, the things went through and this man came and I just had to swallow it and act that I'm okay, you know, but I was so happy to see my stepsisters, because he came with his other kids, because we were so close with them. I was so happy to see them. But I even remember the hug I gave him. It was so fake. We are like, oh. We used to call him Papa. 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 Yeah. Guys, this man came, and like I told you, even in my story, religion has always been a biggest thing in our family. Every little thing in our family, it is prophecy. Prophecy, the Bible, they use it to manipulate us. They brainwashed us a lot. I'm not saying Christianity is bad, but the way they taught us Christianity, it was brainwashing us. They brainwashed us. And no child deserves that. Now that I'm a mother, it was not okay for them to beat us just because we have refused to pray. It is my son's choice to choose what religion he think is best for him. As a mother, I would want my kids to grow up knowing God. And I'll always teach them God is there. God exists. God exists. And there is heaven one day. But for us, the way we grew up, if we don't pray, they beat us. If we don't pray, they take us into fasting. Other kids here in Sweden in summer, other kids are having fun. Other kids, they are enjoying, they are doing whatever they are doing. For us, we are not supposed even to leave the house. We are not supposed even to go nowhere. We used to pray in our family, in our house. And that man was the bishop. Our mother is the prophecy. Now the prophecy came. This is our mother prophesying that this man has been forgiven of all his sins. We should forget the past. We should forgive each other. We should live as a happy family. And again, God is back at using him. Like I told you in my story, this man was a bishop. The whole church believed that he used to speak to God. Yeah, the whole church believed this man used to speak to God. So now my mother is prophesying. Yes, God is going to start again speaking to him. So, like I told you, they brainwashed us a lot. Things that were meant to be wrong, for us, they were teaching us it was okay. So, we forgave. But there is no day this man even apologized for what he did to me. Never. And there is no day even my mother, I saw him comforting him like, what you did to my daughter was not okay. No. When he came, they lived again a happily married. Just like the way life was in Uganda. That's how again things were again in Sweden. And that is where, guys, the fun part is coming. Now, people of the fun part, since that's the only thing, I don't know if that's the only thing you guys care about, but what I'm trying to tell you is that the kids, how we were manipulated by the Bible, by prophecies, by the man, this is where the fun part is coming. Remind you, they have given us the prophecy. God is going to start speaking to him again, and we should forgive and forget. Now we are again a happy family, okay? And guys, now, one thing that used to pain me is that the fact that I could see all my sisters, they are all virgin, but me, I'm not. And every day and night, I look at the man who is preaching to us the Bible, telling us God did this, God did this, sitting, and he took my virginity, and my mother is sitting next to him. And I could look at my sisters that they are going to have a happy marriage. They are all virgin, but I'm no virgin. And I will always have to explain to the man who will love me that the first man who took my virginity is my own stepdad, the man who I believed was a father, the man who I believed has come to my life to be a father figure, is the man who took my innocence. Now the prophecy came when they are saying, they are praising, like how, I remember that day it was about like, again, the virgin, they were like, oh, you guys are going to get married to good men. And guys, you guys should protect yourselves and all that. That's when, this was the prophecy for my mother. That's when they told me, Mary, no, you are virgin. You are also virgin. And I was like, what? I am? Guys, we were manipulated in so many ways. These people using the word of God to manipulate us. So they give me message. They are telling me I'm virgin again. I am virgin. But the person who needs to confirm my virginity, who needs to pray for me, is my stepdad. I know kumpa counseling to confirm my, like to confirm my virginity again is my stepdad. That's when I was like, okay, that's it. So I was happy because I just used to, I'm not gonna lie, yes, I used to feel jealous of my sisters that all of them, they are virgin, but I was not. And yes, I used to feel jealous, but not in a way of hating them, just in a way of knowing that for me, I don't have that. And for the people who know I'm a Congolese, when they're like, oh, when you're gonna get married, men, they love virgin. So men love a woman who is a virgin, a virgin, a virgin, a virgin. So for me, it used to pain me that I will never have that. And now that's when I used to be like, okay, that's when I believed that I could never even get married, because that means I have to explain to a guy, where did my virginity go? And it's just always going to be my stepdad, my stepdad. So that's when I believed that I would never ever get married, because who would want to have a woman who slept with their stepdad? But when they gave me that prophecy that God is going to restore my virginity, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was so happy. I was joyful. And man, I will never forget that day. I was happy. I was happy. You know? Now we are happily family. We have forgotten about everything. Now this is where the fun part come in. My way, it was like me of saying like, oh, because now we have forgiven each other, we have left the past, the message has come, we have to forgive each other, we have to move on. That is when I had worked in summer. Yes, I had worked in summer. My salary, you know, that's when I was like, now, because they told me in order for my virginity to be confirmed, he needs to be the one to pray for me. So, oh, thank you guys. He need to pray for me. So, the money I had, and I remember this, God is saying me, if I'm lying, God, the truth will always come out. I remember before buying the phone, I didn't went. I called my mother. I was like, Mom, I want to talk to you, to ask permission. So I called my mother in the room, and I was like, Mom, you don't know. You didn't hear my message? My virginity, God has restored it. But, stepdad is the one who needs to pray for me, So I asked my mother, I have money, and since he doesn't have a phone, do you think I should buy him an iPhone 15? Was it an iPhone 15? I don't remember if it was an iPhone 15, but no, 15 was not yet to come. It was an iPhone, I think 12 or something. I don't know what phone it was. I'm not gonna lie, now I don't remember. But I told my mom, can I buy him like an iPhone or Samsung? My mother told me, are you sure? I was like, yes, Mom. Like, Mom, you don't understand it. For me, I'm just thinking about the restoration of my virginity. My mom told me, you can get him an iPhone. You can get him a Samsung. But I was like, but mom, I feel like since he's a man, a iPhone will be much better because Samsung zigundinga mangu. Mommy was like, okay. But then I was like, mom, are you okay with it? Mommy was like, I mean, we said we need to forgive and move on, so this will be good, and and he will be so happy. Guys, I still even have the videos in my Snapchat. When I bought the phone, everybody was happy. We were all celebrating because we have moved on. They have told us to forgive. They have told us we forget the past. Yeah, we forget the past. That is where the phone thing came. And that is even like, I think I'll go and I look for the Snapchat video and all that. When everybody's like, oh my God, you did buy him a phone. I'm like, yeah, I bought the phone. And yes, I did buy the phone. But not because I was in love with my stepdad. God forgive me. Never. Never. Now that I'm old, now that I'm grown up, at least I understand fully. I was manipulated. And if they had taught me better, of course, and to everybody, it looked like, to all the people, it looked like I was buying my mother's husband. But God knows is my witness. I never, ever loved this man. But it pains me. My own mother spreading those lies about me. Because when I shared my story on YouTube, that's the only thing, yes, they could use against me. And if you don't know the whole story, you are gonna think you're gonna think I'm that type of a girl. You will think that omusajja nali mwagala nesaagalangako bba wa maama wange, simwagalangako. But when I shared my story on YouTube, that's the thing that my mother spread to people, the Congolese community. Apana, ule mtoto njo alikuwa shida, alikuwa anamuzia matelefone. Guys, matelefone, it was only one phone. One. And now I'm telling you, now me thinking we are good, we have moved past. Now that's when again, this man used me in Sweden when I was, I think by that time, I think it was 15. And this incident, it happened when mother left us alone in the house when she traveled to Uganda. That's when the guy saw the opportunity. I understand my siblings and maybe like, Wogana. And again, that's the question they asked me. Like, it's like, yes, you did love him. And I'm like, I didn't. I mean, this is the man who has manipulated me. I was the only omukuru. Because now, when it happened again in Sweden, Wani was already in the United States. Jeremiah was not living with us by that time. Yali abera kuba girlfriend we. But yali abera kuba girlfriend we. And now the reason why again, I mean, I didn't scream because like this man, even I used to tell my husband, and my husband used to know. I mean, this man, when you see him, he looks lovely. And I even, the girl who also shared her story, this man will always give you the impression that he's a father. He's a father. He's a father. So I never, I never shouted. But it doesn't mean that it was okay. It doesn't mean that he came in my room. There is no any day in my life I ever went and I seduced this man. Never. Never. And that day again, he came in my room and he told me, I told you we'll always be together. always be together. Yeah. And that's when again he raped me in Sweden. So the reason why I didn't tell my mother, the Wanese and all that is because of the blame. First of all, when it happened 11 years old, I mean, sometimes it's just that I could feel how my mother used to treat me. It was a little bit different from other kids. You know, I just don't know. There is nowhere for the people who know me, even if I don't care what they're going to say. The way my auntie raised me, I remember the only person when it happened to me, I explained it was my auntie. Kula, umepiga nini sheri? My husband is asking me what I should eat. Just wait a moment. Yes, baby. Honestly, I don't feel anyone. My but it's okay. No, sikuwa nasikia mimi. Sawa. Sawa, haina shida. I love you too. You kinalala. Yeah. So guys, that's what happened. And I only told my auntie from Uganda. I told her, auntie, he has did it again. That's the only thing I told my auntie. And my aunt was like, don't you have somewhere to run? I was like, auntie, we have no one here in Sweden. And auntie, if I go report, I'll be the person who has destroyed the family. And I don't want to have that weight on my shoulder that I'm the one who's going to destroy the family and all that. Because, guys, when now I opened up, I remember what I know you guys are gonna be now. When did I open up that he raped me again in Sweden? It is when, for the people who know me, who knows my family, when they took the kids, my mother, some people, they posted her that she was lost. Yeah, my mother, she was lost. So now mutaba nazo kuse mutaba nazo kuse guys angambia mommy, it's my time. Mutaba nazo kuse. So yeah, so when I saw people are posting that my mom is lost, now I'm living with my husband, I'm like, my mom is lost. What do you mean my mom is lost? The only thing that clicked in, I saw, if my mom is not in the house, that means it is Jemimah and Dorcas in the house with this man. Guys, I lost it. And that's when I called Jeremiah and Wani and Nani? Uyu? I don't think so.
Yeah, let me just check.
Nilimwangalia gusa pasi ya skina yalo. Oh, our husband is there. Our husband, can you say hello?
Hi.
Yeah, our husband. Yeah, guys, I'm here on the bed because actually I need to be on the bed. Sinabaku fully recovering. Ana nani? Iko bien. Yeah, I know. Iko panenda mnyonyesh. But guys, that is where I now opened up here in Sweden that this man has used me again. But I called Duani and Jeremiah, and that is when my brother opened the case here in Sweden about this man of how he used me. So, no, we are going to take a break. My baby comes first. Guys, so now the baby is awake. Kansoke nkole n'ekyobuzadde naye ate ne justice ekyagenda maaso. That's all. So I'm gonna talk to you guys again tomorrow. But please, guys, keep on signing the petition. Thank you so much for the love and support. I'm not gonna keep quiet. For me, I'm here. This man deserves to be locked up because he's a danger to society. Parents, they have girls here in Sweden, and this man is walking freely. So that's why you're not just doing this for me, but you're also doing it for other girls in Uganda that didn't get justice. And you're still doing it for that 11 years old child in Uganda who didn't get justice. So please keep on spreading. Yes, baby. And also, oh, baby, let us in.
No, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, you said you want to say something.
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, you guys just
So-
keep on supporting Mary, you know?
Banasi, nikamate.
Wait. Let me hold this. Okay, guys, just keep on supporting her. What you guys are doing is just, you're not... Wait. Let's say. Alright, guys. So, what you guys are doing is not just for Mary. It can be for other people out there who are going the same situation as Mary, you know. It may be other people in the church, it may be other women that are going the same situation, but they are afraid of not coming up and tell what's going on in their family, you know. Always people supporting, you know, the petition there, share with your friend,